We all know artificial intelligence is moving incredibly fast. But Google CEO Sundar Pichai just put a very specific historical timeline on it during a recent 60 Minutes broadcast.
Yeah, he pointed out a pretty wild coincidence, actually.
Right, that this massive technological shift is peaking right as the U.S. approaches its 250th anniversary of independence. So, welcome to today's deep dive, where we are unpacking Pichai's roadmap for AI as this uncharted national frontier, and what his strategy actually means for you.
He really isn't mincing words here. I mean, he calls AI the most profound technology yet, and his central thesis is that the United States absolutely must lead its development.
But to do that, he insists on a very specific framework, right? Developing the technology boldly and responsibly, which, to me, those usually pull in opposite directions.
Yeah, they definitely seem contradictory at first glance.
I mean, it sounds like flooring a car's gas pedal while simultaneously yanking the emergency brake. Like, if you're building state-of-the-art models in a hyper-competitive market, slowing down to be responsible usually means another country just beats you to the punch.
Right, it is the classic innovator's dilemma. But Pichai actually isn't viewing responsibility as a speed bump. Think about it like automotive engineering.
Okay, how so?
Well, the reason we can safely drive cars at 80 miles an hour down a highway isn't just because we built bigger engines. It's because we invented anti-lock brakes and better steering columns. The safety mechanisms are exactly what allow you to push the speed.
Oh, wow. So the guardrails are what actually enable the speed in the first place.
Exactly. In the context of AI, that means intensive internal red teaming. Establishing clear safety thresholds before a model ever hits a public server. Falling behind means losing global leadership, sure, but speeding forward without the brakes just guarantees a massive crash.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And we are seeing that velocity in the real world right now. I mean, Pichai highlighted a few major practical applications.
He did, yeah.
But what really stands out is the mechanism behind them. Like take the wildfire tracking he mentioned. AI isn't just watching camera feeds to see where smoke is rising.
No, it is far from it. It's synthesizing massive, complex data sets in real time. The models are pulling satellite imagery, analyzing current wind velocities, and even calculating the moisture content of local vegetation.
Wait, really? The moisture of the plants?
Yeah, all to run predictive neural networks.
Yep.
So it's giving firefighters a projection of where the fire will be in 6 hours rather than just reporting where it is right now.
That is incredible. And we're seeing similar complex pattern recognition elsewhere. Right, like with medical researchers isolating variables to discover cures.
Oh, for sure. Or education platforms analyzing a student's specific learning gaps to generate custom lesson plans on the fly.
Right. But then Pichai contrasted all that massive structural change with a deeply personal story, which I loved.
Yeah, the story about his father.
Exactly. His 80-year-old father, who is a retired engineer, taking his first ride in a fully self-driving car on the streets of San Francisco. And Pichai described his dad's reaction to the technology as pure awe.
And coming from a career engineer, someone who fundamentally understands the mechanics of how machines operate, being genuinely awestruck by an autonomous vehicle really underscores the leap we are making from traditional software to AI.
It feels like magic to them.
Yeah.
But here's the friction, though. A self-driving car is an amazing feat of engineering, but it also disrupts the entire transportation industry.
Oh, absolutely. It changes everything.
So how does Pichai bridge the gap between that technological awe and the harsh reality of job displacement and economic disruption?
Well, he doesn't sugarcoat the disruption at all. He explicitly calls for robust societal pillars to be built right in tandem with the technology.
What kind of pillars?
Things like comprehensive workforce training programs, for the industries that will inevitably shift, and rigorous regulations to govern data usage and deployment.
Right, because the technology just cannot safely scale without those foundations.
Exactly. If the workers aren't prepared to adapt or if data isn't regulated properly, the innovation just stalls out in public backlash.
So this roadmap requires an entire societal effort, not just Silicon Valley server farms.
Yeah, it's a collective push.
And despite the sheer scale of the disruption we're facing, I thought Pichai's final takeaway was surprisingly grounded. He is incredibly optimistic about our collective future, but his faith isn't actually in the algorithms.
No, not at all. His optimism is entirely rooted in people.
Which is refreshing to hear from a tech CEO.
Totally. He points to the historical resilience of American ingenuity. The technology, as profound as it is just the engine. Human creativity, empathy, and adaptability, those are what's still determining the destination.
Human ingenuity is the ultimate steering wheel. which leaves us with something to think about long after this deep dive ends.
What's that?
Well, if the ultimate success of the most profound technology we have ever built relies completely on us, what distinctly human skill should you be cultivating right now to make sure you thrive alongside it?